This presentation is entitled Building Consensus About the Past, Schema Consistency and the Convergence in Socially Shared Retrieval-Induced Forgetting. The definition of schema is a mental structures that an individual uses to organize knowledge and guide cognition processes and behavior. People use schemata, the plural of schema, to categorize objects and events based on common elements and characteristics, and thus interpret and predict the world. For example, when a child is young, they may develop a schema for a dog. They know a dog walks on 4 legs, is hairy, and has a tail. When the child goes to the zoo for the first time and sees a tiger, they may initially think the tiger is a dog as well. But of course, in the process of time, as they grow older, they would get to be able to make a distinction between the two. Early studies on within individual retrieval-induced forgetting show that repeatedly retrieving some items while not retrieving other related items facilitates later recall of the practice items, but inhibits later recall of the non-practice items. The early study effect has been extended to socially shared retrieval-induced forgetting. People who merely listen to a speaker, retrieving some but not other items, even people participating as speakers or listeners in conversations, show the same facilitation and inhibition. They replicated and extended the SSRIF effect with a structured story and in a free-flowing conversation about the story in experiment 2. Specifically, they explored 1, the degree to which participants subsequently form a coherent collective memory of the story, and 2, whether schema consistency of the target information influences both WIRIF and SSRIF. They hypothesize the general aim of the study is to examine the way in which conversations promote formation of collective memories through what is not said in the conversation, rather than simply through what is said. That is, through silences. The study had 2 specific aims. 1, exploring whether the effects of WIRIF and SSRIF promote the formation of a collective memory between a speaker and a listener, and 2, whether both WIRIF and SSRIF can be found for both schema consistent and memorable material, and schema inconsistent and less than memorable material. In the process of accomplishing 2, they also intended to replicate early findings. They use 2 groups of people. They had several stories, pen and paper, and they used 2 experiments, and they also used coding. Here are 2 graphs of the findings. The first one on here, figure 1, graph shows schema consistent and inconsistent for listeners and speakers in the overhearer condition, and in this one is in the conversation condition. A key result in the present study is that collective or shared memories are formed following selective remembering, and that the formation is as much a result of collective forgetting as collective remembering. Inasmuch as WIRIF and SSRIF apply equally to both schema consistent, memorable material, and schema inconsistent, less than memorable material, the collective forgetting and the collective memories are built around RIF, should and do occur for both types of material. Another result shows the role that silence plays in not only collective memory, but also individual and collective identities. The study implies that researchers only tested the formation of a shared memory between a pair of converging individuals, but the results could be extrapolated to collective memories held by larger aggregates, that is, communities, states, nations, etc. The study has several limitations. The role of conversation silence in shaping both our personal and shared pasts. And also, listeners' memories can be influenced by the social relationship and the consistency of attitude between speaker and listener in important medical decision-making. In the future, although the definition of what truly consists silence remain debatable, it is clear that a greater emphasis needs to be placed on incorporating into the study of collective memory, not just what is said, but also what is left unsaid. And two, identifying the necessary processes behind when, why, and how a collective memory form is no simple matter. But the present study underscores the pertinent role of silence. And here are some references. Thank you.